Stephen Joseph Sir to all of you. C.A. Stephen Joseph Sir. He graduated from Loyola College, Chennai. He completed both CA and CMA. He has worked in many multinational companies in Muscat and has also worked in Oracle Finance too. Now, he's currently the head of enterprise business application in Ferring International Center, Switzerland. Let's all welcome him for this webinar today. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Fiba. Thank you for this quick introduction.
Thank you, sir.
It also gives me a pleasure to talking to you all. As I said, Salim, me and Salim know each other for over close to 25 years now, and we have done our articleship, from the same CA firm. And since then, I recall we have taken a different route. And I was in accounts and finance for some time, and then moved out of the core field, and then started to working towards the IT side of the company. Do you guys hear my voice clearly? Say yes or no, but then then it allows me to speak much better.
Yeah. It
Yes,
is
sir.
clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
so let me quickly brief you all about me in a few words. My name is Stephen Joseph. I am originally from Chennai, but I've been working from Switzerland close to last 20 years now, and of late I become a Swiss citizen and as well. So as you can see, I completed my commerce from bachelor's in commerce from Loyola College, Chennai, and then followed by I did my chartered accountancy course as well as it was called the cost accountancy. In the former time. I heard now it is a CMA, right? So I also completed in the year 95. Both of them has been completed in 95. So close to 25 years of post qualification of the experience. And right after my qualification, I'd been to Middle East, for working for one of the largest company. And then I was aspiring for going to the Western world, Europe or US. As a result, I ended up doing a computer course for the ERP, and then as a result, I reached my destination. For last 20 years, I'm with a pharmaceutical company called Ferring International Center. We produce the medicines for the fertility and also the urology. So this is two specialized areas where we produce our medicines. Yeah. So our company turnover is around 2 billion, and we have a footprint across 50 different countries. So I'm managing, I'm the head of business application, which includes most of the ERP systems in 70 different countries, plus a lot of other applications. Maybe that is not relevant here. So there are 24 by 7 support provided by my team, and so currently managing 65 member team across the globe. So my team members are located at Singapore, India, and Israel, and Switzerland, Germany, and United States. So last 10 year, last 15, 20 years, I've been working for multinational clients, based out of UK, sorry, based out of US, and the Europe extensively. Okay. And it gives, so this is, about myself. And, it also gives me a lot of pleasure, interacting, with students, those who are doing, chartered accountancy course. Okay. Thank you very much. And also want to say thank you to very much to Salim for giving this opportunity to interact with you all. Okay. First of all, I just want to tell you something. I'm not a good speaker. I'm just going. What I'm going to share with you, it's based on my own experience. Okay. So through experience, I learned a lot many things, and I just I felt like it is good to share what I have learned over this period with you all. Okay. I hope you will enjoy my discussion for next 45 minutes. Okay. Please feel free to stop me in case if you don't get it, or if you want to interact with me, I'm going to take a pause for every slide. And in case if you want to interact quickly, please feel free to speak to me, okay, in the meeting as well. um, Feba, you are able to see my screen clearly, right? Or should I have to put it on the presentation mode?
Sir, only half of your screen is visible.
Okay, just a second.
Mm.
Now,
Even now, it's the same.
okay. Let me check 1 second. Just give me a minute, okay? I'm trying to fix this thing. And
Yeah, sure, sure.
is it visible now, or
It is, sir. It is.
is it visible?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So it is fully the full screen is shown
Yeah,
to you guys,
the
right?
screen is fully visible.
Oh, okay. So this is me, and I want to take this. But the agenda is this. Okay. So I want to introduce myself, which I have done it now, and the theme what I have selected for this meeting is sow the seeds. Okay. So it's basically it's an analogy. What it means is that we have to as a student this is doing a chartered accountancy course is not everything, right? This is not the end goal of most of you. Yeah. So probably as a next step, your immediate target is to complete a chartered accountancy course, and then and then get into the finance position, and then to reach your ultimate goal, like director finance, or whatever maybe the that the destination you are aspiring for. Yeah. So to do that, what I'm saying is, you have to, as a student, you have to, cultivate, you have to develop, certain habits, yeah, certain kind of characteristics, in yourself, in order to have flying colors, in your future life. Okay. So I was, there are a lot many things, which I can include, but at least I felt like, these five traits are very much important for you to know. Okay. The first one is self-esteem, and then followed by the motivation, and then I want to emphasize the soft skills, and then fourth one is the positivity, and the last one is marketability. Okay. And all the five things which I felt like it's very, because some of the problems I have had during the chartered accountancy course, or right after the chartered accountancy course, I experienced my own problems. Okay. And also recall in this meeting, I'm going to the educate you all, how did I overcome, and what should be your strategy to overcome. Yeah. Because we are all living in this world with a lot of uncertainty, and then making these uncertainties into the certainties is what all about our all our purpose of making it. Okay. Can I move on to the next slide,
Sure,
Feba?
sure, sure, sure.
Okay, so this is a picture to symbolically to show that to call say nothing you cannot see any fruits or any vegetables to call over the night. Okay. And this is highly impossible unless either otherwise you are a magician. Yeah. So what it means is that to call it is going to take time for you to groom yourself. Okay. So that's the reason why recall well you are doing a chartered accountancy course, when not only your focus should be on your your course related studies also develop certain habits, yeah, and or the qualities that will take you to the next position. Also, all these qualities, also will entertain you, because completing a chartered accountancy code, at least I'm not sure about how difficult it is now, but at least when I was a student, 25 years back, it was very I had a lot of pride, in the moment I completed my chartered accountancy course. I felt like I have achieved lot of things in my life, almost this is the end of the world, then recall after the course, then I felt like okay, what we achieved is just a stepping stone, the basics, then I felt like okay, we have to develop other habits, in order to be more competitive product in the market. Okay, and especially recall the path what I have selected is very hard path, competing with the Europeans, competing with Americans. Okay, I no longer compete with the Indians. Okay, I'm competing with the Europeans and Americans. So if you have to compete with them, what are the qualities okay I need to develop? Okay, how I can reach? Because so these are all the some of the thought process always going through in my mind. At the end, if you look at me now, there are I started in a small audit firm, but now if I look at my career path, if I look at myself now, there are 25 white the so-called the Europeans and Americans are working for me, both in US as well as in Europe, and so this has not come over the night. That's what I just wanted to say. They and behind this, a lot of hard work, a lot of determination, a lot of motivations, kept behind. That's the experience, I want to share with you all. Okay, so at least you take this positive energy, and well you are since now you guys are doing a chartered accountancy course. I'm sure this will encourage you to move up in the in the ladder with a lot of positivity. Okay, this is what I wanted to share. Okay, so the first one, it is self the esteem. Okay, so what does it mean? Okay, it means that it means it is evaluating yourself. Yeah, you have to always believe that you are worth for a lot. Okay, Salim, do you able to hear me, Salim?
Yes,
Clearly?
yes, yes. I can hear. I can hear.
What about others? Sometimes I speak speed. So you need to tell me, is the speed is not call okay okay for you guys,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
should I have to
Yeah.
slow down?
Okay, okay,
It's okay, right?
okay, okay. Speed is
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so it's about the self-esteem. It's nothing but the evaluation of yourself and assessing yourself. And while you are doing so, you have to always believe that you are worth for a lot. Okay, you should never ever underestimate yourself. Okay, always the sky is the limit for you. Okay, so nothing nothing is impossible in this world. Okay, we can do it. So if you look at the left hand side of the graph, okay, and I have given three different layers. One is I won't do it, I can't do it, so this is the two things belongs to one category. This is a set of people, I can't do it, I won't do it. You'll find them plenty, out of 100 people. Okay, 70% of the people, so if you ask them to do anything, they will immediately they say that I can't do it, this is not my job, I don't want to do it. Okay, that is not my role, this is not my scope. You will hear this kind of statements from 70% of the people. Yeah, so these are all the people are all average people. So we should not recall don't be a part of this average set of people. If you have relationship, friendship with them, they will also drown you into this same pond. Okay, so you should not focus on the 70% of the people who belongs to the low self-esteem people. And another 20 people it belongs to I want to do it, maybe I don't have the required knowledge to do it. Please teach me, because not everybody is expected to know everything, right? So these people, at least will have some eagerness, even though they don't know how to do it. At least they will show some kind of interest as to sir, how can I do it? What should I do? In order to do this, what should I do? So this kind of people, there are 20% of the people, okay. But then the clear 10 percentage, is high self-esteem people. These people are, really, with a lot of positivity, with a lot of, the energy in themselves, achieving something. Yeah. So that's the reason why, you have to always believe that, anything, everything is possible in this world. Okay. I can do it. The moment, if you feel that, you can do it, you will do it. So that's how it is. You have to just feel that, look, I can do it. Yeah. So the moment you feel like, I can do it, definitely you will do it. And then, after some time you feel that, yes, I did it. This is what is exactly has happened, in my chartered accountancy course. Yeah. So at the first, 2 years of, my chartered accountancy course, I was not all that great, to be honest with you. I was literally, I felt like, I'm doing, another college degree, and then, I can go to movie, I can go to beach, I can roam around with my friends, still I can write exam, I can clear, because, I scored, close to 75 percentage, in my BCom. I felt like, okay, even if I get a 50 percentage, still I can clear my chartered accountancy course. I was absolutely wrong. Okay. And this course is not meant for, such a low esteem people. So you have to have, and then after second year, then I said, okay, maybe I need to change my approach here. I have to do something here, because, I cannot take the same path. I have to do, something different. As a result, once, I started showing interest, then, started to, follow my, my seniors, okay, how did they do it? What is the way to do it? I started to show some interest, and, started to, work with, a person who was already achieved it. Yeah. So the achievers are, are your role model. So you have to always, look at the person who was already cleared, look at the person who was already holding some position. Yeah. So have them as a role model, and then move forward. Yeah. Don't, think, don't look around the people who was failed, and, always say, by creating some kind of negativity, saying that, no, this course is really tough, no, this is not for us, no, I mean, the 4 times analytical model is useless. So don't deal with, this kind of people. Okay. And so this is my first message. And so also, when I said, you have to feel that, you are worth for a lot. This feeling has to come from you internally. This is very, 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 very important. It has to come internally. Nobody, if you're doing this course for the sake of the society, for the sake of your parents, for the sake of your friends, this is not a sustainable. Okay. If you want to have sustainable self-esteem, you have to have this maturity, to have this feeling to come from you internally. That's very important. Yeah. And as I said, nobody goes to the 10th floor without crossing the level 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Nobody can do the magics, because we are not Superman. Yeah. So we'll have to believe that, I can go up to the 10th floor. You'll have to, firstly, you'll have to have that belief. Once you have belief, the energy will follow you automatically. If you don't have belief that, you can't do it, no energy is going to come to you. Yeah. And construct, a very optimistic attitude. Yeah. Always thinking, positive, and achieved, yeah, this target is achievable. Set always, some high targets. Okay. And then, if you want to, for example, if you want to cover 3 chapters, always have the target as, 4 chapters. Only then you can reach 3 chapters at least. Yeah. So if you already talking about 3 chapters, you will end up doing only 1 chapter. Okay. This is how it is. Okay. Always set some, a very high an attitude, sorry, high optimistic target to reach. Yeah. And And again, the moment you have all high self-esteem, you will see that your risk taking abilities. Okay, risk doesn't mean that blindly just closing your eyes and standing in front of the moving car, right? So it's about how you can drive carefully, and from your the one place to the another place. That's how it is. So it's about taking a risk, calculated risk, and taking taking a cautious approach, where it will always take you to the destination very safely. Yeah. And uh, and again, I just want to say one more thing, that in this chapter, every we are all born with a strength and a weakness. Yeah. So please focus on your strength, where will trying to trying to rectify your weakness. Okay, don't give too much weightage for your the weakness. So for example, I can give you my, as I said, I'm going to give you my own life examples. Okay, I'm not going to talk about anyone else. So for example, when I was doing chartered accountancy course, I was extremely good at something relating to accounts and management, the papers and costing, and so this kind of papers, I'm really good at it. Okay. And kind of poor in the pure theory related papers. Okay. So but then first two attempts, when I was writing my chartered accountancy, I was giving too much way, trying to rectify, my theory side of it. Okay. As a result, I was also able to score very medium marks, even on the papers where I could have scored better. Yeah. So this approach, I changed, when I was after two attempts, okay, maybe we are, what we are doing is completely wrong. We'll have to focus on our strength, rather than trying to rectify our weakness. Okay, weakness will never get rectified, right? But maybe you can shape it up a bit, but then you cannot completely because yeah, has some historical background, for something, right? So please, about your strength, about your weakness. Okay. And please, focus on your strength, the strength, the positively, and then try to fix your weakness. So don't give too much weightage for your weakness. I take a pause. Please feel free to ask any question on this slide. I'm happy to answer to you. And Feba, is this going at a right spirit, or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is.
can I move on to the next one? Next slide.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure.
Okay, so the next one it's about it's about motivation. Okay, you will I put this picture deliberately. Just say that nothing is impossible. That's what I said. Okay, this why when I started my speech, right? So you will have to believe that everything is possible. Okay, just to make you to understand the word motivation. Yeah, it's coming from the terminology motive. Yeah. So it means trying to satisfy your needs. Yeah. And trying to it's about desire, trying to desire. Yeah. Desire to be an chartered accountant, or desire or aspiring to be a finance director down the line. Okay, after let's say 5 years or 10 years, or wants to wants to achieve something, could be could be financially, or could be in terms of social status, that could be an yeah, the motivation for people to achieve something. So you have to have what you call a desire, what you call, first of all, the aspiration, to become big. Yeah. And don't what you call, don't limit yourself. You always have what you call higher targets. The more you have higher targets, at least you reach your destination. If don't just focus only on achieving the end goals right away. So you'll have to concentrate, you'll have to focus on trying achieving more. Yeah. And the motivation, okay, it's like motivation itself is nothing actually. motivation acts like what you call spark, yeah, to ignite the feeling and actions, yeah. So for example, say you have a motorcycle, right? So if you're using a motorcycle, you will have a spark plug, yeah. Now you should be knowing this, a spark plug. So even though you have the engine, even though you have no petrol in your motorcycle, it cannot start by itself. You need to ignite the fire to start the engine, yeah. So this motivation exactly acts as same thing, okay. You want to become a chartered accountant, that's fine. But then do you but is that the end goal? No. Beyond that, it's an end goal. Maybe you want to become a finance director, or you want to go to abroad, or you want to have the social status, so that should be your end goal, not the chartered accountancy, because chartered accountancy, you call it, it's an instrument to achieve something, yeah. So you have to have this kind of it's like as I said, it's like a fire, okay. But but you need to to have this fire, you need to you need to feed the fuel constantly, yeah, and into it, and only then the the fire will burn, right? So otherwise, it will goes away quickly. So this motivation, we call should be constant. It should have consistency, yeah. So it cannot be that emotionally just taking action one day. Okay, I'm going to read five chapters today, and then tomorrow not doing anything. No, this is not how the motivation works. Your motivation, it is very difficult to maintain the same motivation. That's the reason why you have to have this encouragement to yourself, to motivate you to reach something. It should be constant, it should be consistent, yeah. So and if you have this the motivation, it can even if you are even if you are having a very a sad mood, or call and if you're down with something, and it can easily you can it can persuade you, and it can convince you, and then and then all these things will propel you into an action, okay. Action leads to results. Results is what we want, yeah. So if you want to reach if you want to reach if you want to get the results, it doesn't comes automatically. It's a constant effort to motivate yourself, yeah. So that's very important, yeah. And and also nobody comes to you with a golden plate saying that yes sir, please have this position for you. Nobody will do that, and it is our job, because in this world lot of competition is there, okay. And you have to always find what a success means to you. For some person, okay, making money is a success. For some person, holding a designation in order to call is a finance director, finance, so this kind of fancy titles in order to call is a success. For some persons, in order to call having a status in order to call in the society is a success. So it call it has got a different meaning to different people. So you have to you have to just identify what is required for you, and then go towards it slowly and consistently and constantly, and then keep keep igniting yourself to reach the end goal. And the lastly, you should the bigger you think, bigger you do. The smaller you think, you're going to achieve either smaller or none, yeah. So you have to have bigger dreams to achieve something. I take a pause in case someone wants to say something, please. Okay, I move on. Guys, is it interesting or I'm boring? Hello, Feba?
Hello, sir. Yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Okay, good. So I'm just
Sir,
checking.
I just got some connectivity issues. That might be the reason I'm delayed.
No problem, no problem.
Okay.
Okay. So the next one, it's the importance of, what you call, soft skills. Okay. And I know that, most of you is aware the soft skills, what you call, is limited to, your conversational one abilities. But that is, for me, that is not the case. Okay. And soft skills, what you call, it's a it's a combination of, what you call, several, the factors. So let me, take you through, whatever is known to me. And say, as I said, the soft skills are different from hard skills. Okay. How do you differentiate, hard skill versus soft skills? Yeah. So, for example, hard skill, what is a hard skill? Yeah, getting a chartered accountancy completion certificate. That's a hard skill because, you have to appear for exam and, and how the and then yeah, you need to clear that exam. Yeah, that's an hard skill. Okay. And what is a soft skill? Okay. So do you think, all the chartered accountants, those who are clearing exams, are all, flourishing in their life? No. It's very few are, going up in the ladder. If you look at them, they have a soft skills. Yeah, the soft skills, so hard skill is required to start your career. But then, to call after the chartered accountancy course, you need to have a soft skill to go up in the organizational hierarchy. Okay, to reach your destination, you need to have soft skills. Okay, so. As I said, certification on the chartered accountancy is just the beginning, is not the end. And once, what do you call, you have this certification, your soft skills are the one going to take you to the next level. Look at my example. Okay, and I was in Chennai for the first few years, and then I've been to the Middle East. When I was in Middle East, okay, and I started to evaluate myself because, as I said, I was working for one of the largest company. And a couple of my colleagues were, the guys from an IIT and IIM guys. Okay, so I was very fortunate to have, my colleagues, as IITians and IIM guys, because, because when I completed my core chartered accountancy core, I had a lot of pride in myself, to go, oh God, man, I achieved chartered accountancy, I achieved, the cost and management accountancy, so I am indispensable. Okay, I can do, I can, I achieved something in my life. Then when I start to interact, with these IIT guys and IIM guys, I realized that how poor I was as compared to them, because they are far ahead of me in terms of soft skills. Okay, I was literally lacking that. Okay, and it has taken, to call, years and years and years of hard work from me to overcome, all those the barriers. Okay, so so this is why, to call, I'm just saying it is absolutely, to call, as you are all students now, please, to call, while you are working on your chartered accountancy, that is absolutely must. But also, to call, start to develop, the seeds which I am explaining today, to improve and to have, a better prospects in your career. Yeah. And so one of the topmost communication soft skill is that you should be able to, communicate properly. And yeah, you should, the communication what you are passing on should be very precise, should be very concise. Yeah. And when we say, recall, you should be able to communicate. Also, you should also, you should listen to others. You not always believe that others have a point to share with you. So, unless, recall, unless you listen to them, it is impossible for you to react properly and precisely. So that's the reason why, recall, I'm just saying, communication, well, the communication is utmost important. Equivalently, recall, you have to have the listening skill set as well. Yeah. So so that's about it. And another factor is that, something about confidence and being as active. Yeah. So 20 years back, if I've been asked to present this presentation to the audience, okay, and I would have a bit hesitant, and because I was lacking confidence, because I don't know how my message will reach, how audience will understand. And I also have this kind of feeling that standing in front of the crowd and talking, maybe I'm really weak in it. And maybe my course, chartered accountancy course, is more talks about the companies law, accounting law, taxations, and this kind of stuff. But it never teaches you to practice how to present, how to how to talk kind of confidently. That I have gained over the period of time, because as I said, while I was in Muscat, I was literally working towards this presentation skills. And on this all the soft skills I start to focus, and then as a result over the period of time, now I'm able to manage even the guys, those who have done the MI, from US. I don't know whether you guys knows about it. There is a popular technical university called MIT. Yeah, MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which is equivalent to our Indian the IIT. But then the in terms of global ranking, MIT is number one in the world, and Indian IITs are not even top 100. Okay, so this is just giving you a comparison. Okay, so I'm able to manage this guy, those who studied at MIT, those who studied at Stanford University. It's because of now I'm confident. Now now I can speak to them. Now I can I can have a discussion with them. Now I can dictate them as to what is right for the company, and what they should do, because I can. So this is coming, it's as a result of my confidence. That's what I just wanted to say. Okay. And be confident whatever you do, and and develop this positive attitude, and appear active, not sober, and appear active, and be confident while you are dealing with on the outside world. Yeah. And also you need to I know a lot of well, I was maybe this condition is not applicable to you. I'm just sharing with you. If it is applicable to you, please take it. If it is not applicable, please ignore it. Okay. And don't assume that I'm trying to emphasize too much. What is important is the the dressing sense. Yeah. Maybe not applicable to the while you are a student, but then once you are out of the course, the chartered accountancy course, once started moving into into the corporate world, it's very, very important. I'll tell you. It's being clean, being having nice, it doesn't have to be very costly clothes, but at least neatly dressing his it's important. Okay. And it will it will attract to the other person to speak to you. Okay. And that's very important. Okay. You should I don't want okay any of my chartered accountant, budding chartered accountants being ignored because of their because they don't pay attention, because the chartered accountants believe that they should give importance learning some kind of updates coming from tax department, or some new the code of conduct coming from chartered account. They have a lot of other preferences. But then I'll tell you, this world also makes judgment based on the the dressing sense, what other person has. Okay. I want you to pay attention to your dressing style as well. Yeah. And then the last one I given, but this is it's a statement. Okay. And it's not mine actually. The statement, I liked it very much. Okay. And it's coming from the Henry Ford, the person who was invented the Ford cars, because it's coming from him. And it's about coming together is just a beginning, and staying together, it's a progress. Oh, and working together is a success. I'm just emphasizing that, you cannot achieve all by yourself individually. Okay, and you have to have help from your subordinates, your co-workers, your colleagues, yeah, and your managers. It's about, when it comes to the corporate world, it's about teamwork that matters. The working in a the working in a corporate environment, not like, you call it tennis, you can just, play one by one, 1-to-1, and then you can win a match. No, it's working in a, working in a corporate. It's like, playing a test match, a test cricket match, yeah, where, all the 11 persons have to contribute to win a match against, the opponent team. Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. You cannot do everything. You have to, even if you are a topmost boss, but still, you cannot, if you are a finance director, someone needs to close the book, someone needs to close the cash, someone needs to close the periods, someone needs to post the entries, only then, the report comes to you. Maybe you are more interested in reports, but then, the other people have to do something, in order for you to get something. Yeah. So it's about teamwork, it's about coordination, it's about a collaboration with with the fellow members, yeah, fellow the person, whoever it is, they are friends or colleagues, and brothers and sisters, so it goes to everyone. Yeah. Any question, guys? Okay, i I take it as yes, to move forward. And this one, we call it kind of the positivity, I felt like, because should have to add this, because this point is already. Hello, does anyone wants to say something?
No. You can carry on.
Okay, Salim, is it going at the right spirit, or
Yeah. Yes. Right spirit only.
okay. Okay, so then, so the next one is, it's about, it's about positivity, it's about, being positive all the time. Okay, and not, even, even if you face failures. Failures are part of our life. You cannot, I'll tell you, failures can happen to anyone, everyone. Okay, and so, but what is important is, you should, you should have the, resiliency to bounce back. Yeah. I failed 2 times, maybe, three times, final attempts also. No, I failed one time. So it doesn't matter, but I know how to bounce back. So every time you fail, and try to identify the reason why I have failed. That's very important. Okay, and you cannot go, without assessing the reason. Yeah, and try to, try to rectify them, and then bounce back. It's about, it's about staying positive, even even in the course of failures. Yeah, so that's what positivity means. Okay, always, have the, attitude, or like, I can do it. Okay, let me try. So let me, everything is possible. If you have, if you say like this to yourself, I'm sure, this achievement, it's a few steps away from you, for you to achieve it. Yeah. So you have to, always, keep this, get away from this negative people, saying, no, this, no, not for us. Why should we do it? Just waste of time. No, even if it is waste of time, but at least, you should have that, sense of satisfaction, that, yes, I did something, it gives me, some kind of feeling. Yeah. So you have to develop, that kind of positive an attitude. And also, the another fact is that if you have this positive attitude, you'll feel that, competition, becomes much easier. Okay, competition, when I mean competition, I'm not talking about here, competing with your own colleagues. Okay, that is not my interest. Okay, so at least, you love to compete with yourself. That's very important. And see, yesterday, recall I achieved score, for example, a score 10, and you compete with yourself, to achieve 11 tomorrow. And this is what the competition is all about. When you compete with yourself, and then trying to achieve better than what you achieved yesterday, and by default, recall, this process, you will start to beat your competitor, outside competitors, naturally. If you try to compete with the outsiders on upfront, you will fail, because maybe you don't know what other person possesses. Maybe the other person is much more powerful than you. And so don't focus on your competitor. Compete with yourself. Try to achieve better than what you achieved yesterday. And in that process, this process will definitely will take you to to beat your competitors by itself. So don't give too much focus on the competitors, outside competitors. Compete always with yourself. That's what I'm saying. Always no, be kind to yourself. You love to treat whoever it is. You have to be you should treat them equally. And when I say equally, irrespective of yeah, your caste and language and country and creed, whatever it is. You have to feel we are all childs of God, whoever may be the God. Okay, so this is how it is. And you have to feel this can happen only when you are kind to yourself. If you are arrogant to yourself, you will also treat the other person also very arrogantly. Okay, and this arrogancy will not take you anywhere. I'll tell you. Maybe short term you achieve your target, but then over the period of time you feel that you have been isolated. Okay, this isolation can if you are arrogant, you will be isolated very quickly. You may not know it, but then but that's how it is. Because nobody wants to see and nobody wants to have arrogance next to them. Okay, everybody wants to have someone who can listen to them, who can have a gratitude, who can who can treat the other person equally. So this equality have to you have to have to achieve something. Even if your office, let's say for example, if you're running a chartered accountant's office, you have what you call you are the boss, you are the auditor over there. But then if you cannot treat equally your your article clerk, do you think he can achieve something? No. Article clerk is the one who has to do some work for the auditor. So the success of auditor is depends on the article clerk. This is what I meant. So you need to have this equality treatment for our colleagues and family and friends and and whomever you are dealing with. And the last one what I mentioned was resiliency. And that's what failures are part of our life. You should know how to bounce back. This is what resiliency is all about. And you should exactly know your weakness. You should know you should understand why did I fail, and what is the way for me to for you to bounce back. Yeah. So this is any question, guys? I feel like I can also talk for some more time, but because of time constraint, so I have to rush sometime. So the marketability, okay, and this is called the last slide. I just want to say, and this this quality is missing. Sometime from our chartered accountants. Okay, and maybe they are really good at several things. The brain is extremely large as compared to the other professionals, because invariably during as part of a chartered accountancy course we study about 27 at least 20 plus subjects, right? And it goes from one corner to another corner. And also it has we refer a lot of materials and laws, and in order to be successful, right? But then do we really market ourselves? Do you really But do you really? I mean, look at the MBA guys. They study only 4 papers. They are in the most of the cases. They are super boss. What you call it to us. And we are sticking to ourselves only to accounts and finance. We don't explore other opportunities elsewhere. This world. What you call the chartered accountants are should not be sticking to only the conventional field. Okay, the fields are very vast. It's our choice, okay, where you want to be in. Yeah. So if you are really only sticking to this chartered accountancy course and getting certification and staying in the accounts and finance, that's your choice. But I did not think in that way. Maybe I was like that at the time of doing a chartered accountancy course. As I said, the Muscat, when I was staying in the Middle East, okay, that changed my life because I was competing with IIM guys, IIT guys, and I know exactly what is their strength and how they position themselves. And I was slowly started chasing them, and we started doing my homework, and and if you do your homework consistently, it becomes a habit. Once you become a habit, that is part of your natural skills, and once you it as a natural skills, you can beat anyone in the competition. That's what is exactly is happening in my life. And the managing these 25 white guys, the Europeans and American, it did not happen over the time. And it has taken a lot of my energy, what you call, because I wanted to be like this. Because I wanted to compete with them, because I wanted to stay that what you call, I'm your boss, so I wanted to top of them. So this this requires lot of qualities, right? Call it as call communication skills. Yeah. This is where the language plays a vital role. Okay, most of the times I myself, when I was a student, I maybe Salim knows me very well. I used to sit in a CA Institute library for about 10 hours. Okay, just not talking to anyone, just focusing on just reading books after book. And is it good? Yes, it is good. Only for clearing the exams. But what is important is you should start to speak. Yeah, the moment you are going, if you want to flourish in this field of chartered accountancy, the language is very important. So the corporate language, whether you like it or not, English is the language. Yeah. So that's very, 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 very important. In case if you want to really come up in your life. Okay. Start slowly. Because maybe not everybody talks very fluently, but at least you can start the practice. Make it as a habit. Yeah. And then with your when you're talking to your colleagues and friends, start speaking in English, because nobody is going to talk to you in your local language in the corporate world, because you are not. So those who have language skills are better positioned. That's how it is. Okay. And as I said, you have to be yeah, you should be a collaborator. Yeah, you should be a team player. As I said, you cannot achieve everything by yourself. You are directly or indirectly dependent on so many other players in this world. Right from the your subordinate to your boss. Okay, now everybody has a role to play, and you should be a team player. Look at the way the Indian cricket is groomed over over this time. Everybody is contributing. Their role. Everybody is doing their role very well. As a result, as a team, we are able to beat even number one team in the world. And that's how it is. So be a team player. Okay, and try to. I'm just emphasizing this. If you are a team player, you will stand to gain more in the as in the hierarchy. Nobody to call it, because the team player are the one invariably coordinates, cooperates with other members. Okay, those who are able to coordinate and cooperate are the one seen as managers. Those who are the managers are the one to run the show. So that's how it is. So be a team player, and then then the rest of the things will come to you automatically. Yeah. And then the next one is it's about I say it is a self-management task. What it means is that you should be time conscious. Yeah. Even well, when I say time conscious, that doesn't mean that okay, you cannot spend your time, what do you call, for your for your leisures, right? Like for example, if you are if you are fond of watching the regional movie, call it as Tamil or Malayalam movies. If time permits, you'll have to go and watch it, and you should enjoy the situation, yeah. But maybe that has a target, right? Because that is going to entertain you, for 3 hours. But you cannot be individually with your movies all the time. So it means that you'll have to conscious about where you are spending time, how much you are spending time, what is it you are going to achieve, because of this time. So you have to, the time is your valuable asset. Okay, you should not waste this asset. Okay, and you need to just focus on what is important for you as a student. Okay, completing the chartered accountancy course, that's utmost importance for you for now. And then side by side, that developing the skill set, that's absolutely required for you to position yourself in the corporate world. Yeah. And the next one is, it's about professional skills, like it's about organizing yourself. It's about planning the activities. Okay. And if you're writing, both the groups, at a stretch, you should plan, because we do this planning, knowingly or unknowingly. But at least you'll have to just focus on planning, planning, um, your task. And finally, you should be able to measure what has been achieved. Yeah. So how did it go? Okay, last time I written a chartered accountancy course for two groups in a single go. How did it go? Where did I fail? Maybe where I can make some more improvement. You have to make this they call assessment professionally. It's exactly is what is required when you go to the corporate world, right? So as I said, those who can organize themselves, those who can plan for their work, those who can measure their own performance are the one are required in the corporate world. Okay, because nobody wants to have overhead. Okay, and you don't need to be monitored by others. You need to monitor by yourself. Okay, and if you are independent, that's what you call your management wants. You should be able to work independently. You should be plan independently. You should be able to organize your task independently. And nobody is going to spoon feed you. Okay, and no, everybody wants someone who can do the task independently. Yeah. And then the last two things are quite interesting. It's technological skills. Okay, and computer literacy. In this world, just knowing debits and credit doesn't mean anything. Okay, and maybe you have to you can be smart, to call while writing it on papers. But then you should be able to visualize, to call how things are working in the year, because every bigger company nowadays, to call are using the enterprise application system, right? The enterprise resource planning, right? ERP, right? Because I'm one among them. I am too smart, using computers. So you should be able to develop this this habit of learning this enterprise resource. If you get an opportunity, to attend some training programs and stuff like that, you should definitely do that, because the working on PowerPoint, working on Word, working on Excel, working on ERP systems, it's a key for budding chartered accountants. Yeah. And you have to develop say these habits, not just browsing on the social medias. Okay, these social medias should be only seen as entertainment only when you are free. But then if time permits, please invest some time for improving your computer literacy. Okay. And finally, I want to say thank you, in the sense you should say thank you to everyone. Have this habit. You say, if you crisscross someone, if someone is doing something, if someone has achieved something, someone you done better than you, or someone has done some help to you, always say thank you. Okay. And it's important, because we often fail to say thank you, you know, to call for so many things. Okay, and even someone did good to us, we fail to say thank you, and but then, you know, start to say thank you, and then you see the impact. Okay, and the other person, you know, next time will react to you very positively, and, you know, will help you, you know, without you being noticed. Okay, and start to develop this habit. Thank you. And with this, I want to say thank you as well for giving this opportunity to me to present myself, as well as some of my thoughts. And the last one, the picture, it shows, you know, the fruits, right? The apple, because, you know, since I am staying in Switzerland, we have a lot of apple trees here. So, you know, but, you know, apple tree, you know, doesn't comes automatically, right? It takes a couple of years, you know, for the trees to bear the fruits. And, you know, I have planted a couple of trees, you know, like 5 years back. It has not now start to fetch, the fruits to me. So that's how it is. And you know, as a student, I want to, you know, I want to encourage, you know, all of you to develop extracurricular activities in order to flourish in your life, in your future, in the corporate world. Thank you very much. Salim?
Yeah, thank you very much, Stephen sir. It's a wonderful presentation for the motivation, because we thought most of the chartered accountants are coming from the middle family. They need a lot of motivation. So we thought we conduct a lot of session like you. Thank you very much. I think our students are benefited from the speech of our benevolent speaker, Stephen sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Salim. Thank you also for very much for the opportunity given. Okay, and I really enjoyed spending 1 hour with you all. And in case in the future, if there is an opportunity, we will once again we will consider to collaborate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
sure,
you very
sure,
much,
sure.
everyone. Thank you very
Yeah, yeah.
much, everyone. Bye bye.
Anybody have any questions? Please
Anyone
ask.
have questions, guys?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, please.
I do not have a question, but I just wanted to give you a feedback, about your presentation. I really enjoyed your presentation, and I want to say that I could very well relate with the need for communication skills among chartered accountants. I feel that like most of the chartered accountants, like many of the chartered accountants, like do not speak proper English like as much they want to, and I completely agree with having a extracurricular activity in the corporate world, having the need for maintaining a good language of English. So I could very well relate with that. And overall, your presentation was really motivating and inspiring. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, my dear friend. Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
So, any more questions or any thank you notes? Stephen sir, okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Hello, sir. My name is Hari, and I really
Yes,
want
Hari.
to thank you for the wonderful session, and I want to thank Salim, sir. This may this be one among the many fruitful sessions SICASA has, and I think we should all take benefits from this sow the seeds speech that was given right now. Especially, I was it's very useful for the students from the perspective of motivation, soft skills, positivity, and marketability. Especially a point in marketability about saying thank you, about gratitude that you focused on. I think is what a lot of students should look into as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for the wonderful session, sir.
I want to say thank you very much to everyone once again. And I need to get into a call with my US colleagues. Okay, I need to leave this meeting now. Thank you, Salim, and thank you, Fepa.
Thank you so
Thank you
much,
very
sir.
much
Thank you.
for this attitude. Thank you. Bye bye.
ഈ ഒരു മാങ്ങ പറയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ ഇത്ര